okay, we're gonna give you 1 million rands. You take because they wanted to retrench them. They wanted to cut labor. So this guy, they all given him offer that's 1 million or keep the job, get a pay cut. A lot of people they took a pay cut, but Yena, he took his 1 million rand and he started a business and he failed. So even adults in the neighborhood, bambiza ngesiphuku, bambiza ngesidom, because you took a risk, you took on a business in. So the challenges that we face as hustlers, people don't understand the journey. If you fail, like we're a failure because your peers, they're married now. Where's your wife? Where's your house? Not understanding that you had the money, but the business took all the money. But now, if they're sitting like this, like if you go to sometimes we don't even go to our family gatherings because people will ask you, when's and then when they ask you that, business land. You understand? And you're not even there yet. Because understand, you can become a millionaire at 40. Multi-millionaire at 40. After hustling for like 25 years. You make your millions, you can buy the house like or buy the car, get a wife at that time. But it happens when a breakthrough comes, will come. But it's not lento when you are 30 now, so go right when you are 40. It doesn't work like that.
Entrepreneurship.
We are vuga.
And then I always say to people, we put it to work. Abantu bahlale bekubuza like nami I'm under that pressure. I always get people who are like sibona amatraka wale cold drink yakho mfethu sibona maroyena ngathi awunamali ngathi gents mina ngicela ningiyekeleni ngizambela ngemoto yakudala. I'm building. I know my pace and I know what I want. So abantu understand le journey sikuyona ye-entrepreneurship. Nokuthi demand sacrifice eningi. And it also does not mean njoba ngisho ukuthi naso unayo imali yakho yonke akuseyakho. We take that money, we reinvest it. As I say, we're putting that money to work so that we continue this struggle. You know what I mean? We're building.
Yeah, we're building and we need a lot of liquidity because sometimes opportunities come, you don't have the cash. Like, I don't know how much you buy you make these cans for. Let's say you make the can for like 10 rands. And then when you walk out of the studio, someone will just come from nowhere. I'd say, no, if you're going to buy 5 million cans from me, I'm going to give you for 3 rands. You see? Now, opportunities like that will come, but now because of illiquidity, you cannot take advantage of them. So now it's very very important that you have enough cash flow. If an opportunity arises, then I take it. That's also important. And then you still need to have money for security, net backup at the same time for your business. If anything goes wrong, you have liquidity, you have some cash reserves at the side, and you still need to make sure your bank can easily get credit. So when the show is credit, it rights at that time because banks will call you but say, no, yes, we can lend you 200,000. Just keep it like that. Okay. One day you'd have to lend me the 200,000. Keep it like that. Just create little structure, so because now you're building an empire. So you're creating the structure from the bottom. It's okay. If this goes wrong, this works like this. If this goes wrong, while you're creating the structure, you can't drive a Range Rover, you can't drive a Maserati at that time. But if you are not wise enough financially, you can drive it. But there's a difference between afford and afford to buy. You see, you can afford a Porsche, you can afford a G63, but you can afford to buy it, but you can't afford to maintain it at the same time. Because when there's problems now, quickly, 2 months, the car is being repossessed. When they all go, it's like, how can this guy unjang? You get shocked. So when you grow up, even when you study companies, right now MTN is having a cash crisis. Pick and Pay ban a cash crisis. You study, you know how. These guys are billionaires, but banking cash. So cash is so important because even when investors want to invest in a company, they look at your debts versus the cash. Now, they don't care. So this company, if this company doesn't make money in the next 2 years, it's gonna be bankrupt because cash awukho. So it's very very important understanding ukuthi cash is oxygen kahle kahle. Balekile ukuthi ube ne cash a business if you're an entrepreneur. And for the startup guys, you need to be very wise because when I'm saying cash is oxygen, if you are hustling, the key into balekile is daily income. Because if I'm gonna say I'm doing a tender, I'm gonna get 500,000 in 3 months. within those 3 months, what will I be eating ngaleso sikhathi?
Yeah.
Yini engizobe ngidla, ingane zami zizodla esikole. You remember ukuthi when you were back then, when we were in primary, ekoleni dala, the kids that had money esikoleni are the kids abanama-taxi kubo, okunama-shop kubo. Those ones used to carry a lot of money because taxis bring money in every day.
Every day, yeah.
Yabona?
Yeah.
Thina ingane zamanesi zama-teacher, so but nemali lapho ngoke-15 but sizothula. But abantu that had a good life is people who had ama-taxi, itole ekhaya kubuthiwa uney'tole nama-taxi, so uzokhera 10 rand yena. Sesikhera ama-1 rand, 2 rand.
Kune-cash flow.
Kune-cash flow.
I always advise even neintwana zama-Uber, same thing. You're in a good position because wenza imali every day.
Yeah, it's
all
very
about being disciplined in your financial management.
Yeah, it's very, very important because if you wait for imali ezayo, uyidla engakafiki leyo mali. Because everything is like month end. You put all your debit orders there on the 15th. So when the money comes, vele ayiseko vele. Like this money yama two-pot system.
Yeah.
Yabo? A lot of people, when that money came already, it was finished. Yabo? So I always advise nami ukuthi okay, even when you are in employee, uyasebenza, you need something that's going to generate even 200, 300 rand a day to cover your micro expenses, living expenses, petrol, nana, or DSCV, or isn't ey'ncane. So data. So when that salary comes, at least there's not too much pressure, because at the end of the day, we have hyperinflation right now. Right now, people can't afford beef, but amatambo. Meaty bones are pushing now because people can't afford the beef stew. Beef stew now, kg account is 120 rand. You understand? So a kg, for a household, you need like 1.5 kg. So you need like, to prepare a meal, you need like 170 rand to prepare a meal in nights. You understand? So it's very expensive. A lot of people don't buy beef anymore. They don't buy chicken. They are going for chicken livers. They are going for kidneys. They are going for bones because of hyperinflation. No high price. So I think it's more advisable. Everyone should go into the journey and try. And people would say like, no, I'm not an entrepreneur. What? If you can sell yourself, if you can sell yourself to a woman, like convince a woman with or convince your husband to buy you something, that's sales. You don't have to be doing it as extreme. So if you can do that, now convince a person to buy something from you. It's easy like as that. So it's very easy. And there's social media now. Social media is very, very easy because people are hungry to consume content. You can be in a shack. You've seen people in a shack on social media. Umuntu akwi-shack, ayiveza avuka ekuseni, awasha ingubo, aneke ingubo, asuke lapha esitolo abuye, abasa umlilo, abuye alale. 400,000 views, like,
yeah.
You see, people are just interested. So if you're going to start social media, just do anything. Just do yourself. People are interested because what is the next person doing? And people, when they want to start social media, they want to do something extreme, like proper cameras. Are people going to like this? No, just do yourself. Spend a day with me as I go buy a jean. That's it. You show them you're changing your clothes, you're going to a taxi, you go buy a jean, you come back, you show them the jean, you wear it, finish. That's social media for you. So once you've built that audience, then you can include sales, because the other thing that I'm a mistake about my entrepreneurs, they want to sell. Pitching is old school now. You don't DM people no. You attract an audience. People want to be attracted. They've been sold so many things. So now you are trying to make people feel like they're missing out. By what? Advertising your products. Like even if I'm advertising this drink, I'm going to say, okay, this drink has these nutritions and this nutrition and this nutrition. I just feel like this after drinking a Emo Fire. Then you advertise your stuff. You make sure that you make people feel like they are missing out. Now after that, you are mixing the content with the products, because now people don't want to go in your page if all they see in your page is sneakers. You see, they want something to consume on your page. While they are consuming, it's like television, it's generations. You want to watch generations, and then there's an ad break. Then there's generations, there's an ad break. That's how social media works. That's how I put out my content. If you look at my content, I post 5 times. Every 5 times, 4 posts would be content, 1 post would be an advert. I'm not going to post 2 adverts in a row. I'm going to post an advert again, and then 4 posts of content.